Today, we will continue to drape the basic skirt like this one. First, we also need to prepare the muslin. So we need to decide the muslin size. The length of the muslin is up to your desired length of the skirt. So it's up to your design. And so width of the muslin, we could measure the hip. We measure from the center back along the hip level line to center front. Then plus 6 inches as to decide the width of the muslin. Then broking and press. Of course, my muslin is ready. So as your muslin is ready, first step is draw the gray line for center front, 1 inch from torn edge of the muslin. Then lower 2 inches from the top edge of the muslin and mark it at the center front. Then we measure from the waist to hip level line along the center front and mark it at the center front of muslin. Through this point, draw a crosswise line to indicate the hip level line. Okay, so this line indicates hip level line. Then we measure from the center front to the side seam along the hip level line. Okay, got the measurement, and then plus 3/8 for ease. So mark it at the hip level line of the muslin. Okay, mark it. From the side seam of front, measure 2 inches. Mark it on the hip level line of the muslin. Then measure the side seam to center back along the hip level line. The same way, plus 3/8 for ease. From that point, okay, so mark it. So this point indicates the intersection of center back and the hip level line. So through the line, through this point, draw a lengthwise line indicating the center back for the basic skirt back. So through the side seam of the front, draw a straight line. So this line indicates the side seam. of the front. Another side, draw another grace line lengthwise to indicate the side seam for the back. And then in the middle, 1 inch in the middle, draw another straight line. In the middle of the two-side seam, draw a lengthwise line. This line upward to the top edge of the muslin. From the side seam of the front, 2 inches toward the center front, draw a straight line upward to the top edge of the muslin. The same as the back. Above the hip level line, from the side seam backward 2 inches, draw the lengthwise upward to the top edge of the muslin. Okay. Then we give 1 inch extension at the back. At the bottom edge of the muslin, give 2 inches upward as the hem of the muslin. Two inch for the hem. And then we cut the excess fabric. We cut around this line, cut the excess fabric. Leave 1 inch as the extension for the center back. Cut in the middle line between the side seam front and side seam back. Tilt to the hip level line. Don't cut above the hip level line. Clip in along the hip level line to the side seam back and to the side seam front. Then fold the seam allowance at the side seam. And fold it on the side seam front. Match the side seam together and pin them together. Fold up the hem. Crease the hem and fold back. Fold back 1 inch. Fold back 1 inch. Then fold back 1 inch at the center front. Crease and press it. Fold 1 inch extension at center back. press and crease. Then fold back the hem. Crease and press. Use pins to fix the hem.